Welcome back to Page to Picture. I'm Tiff, your resident bookworm and lover of magical lands, especially one with talking mice and ancient prophecies and Ben Barnes.
Yes, and I am your host, Kim. I may not be a Narnia expert, but I'm here for the drama, the battles, and the golden, and the glowing golden boys with swords. Actually, just one glowing golden boy.
And the golden Ben Barnes.
That was a tongue twister. Twisters. Oh my gosh. Okay, the glowing golden boys with swords.
Today we are heading back through the wardrobe, well, technically through a train station, as we explore Prince Caspian, Book 2 in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, and its 2008 film adaptation directed by Andrew Adamson.
Yes.
I said his name weird.
Adamson.
I had it like an accent. Adam.
We will talk about how the story changes in the second installment, why the movie aged the characters up, and added a whole lot of tension between Susan and Caspian that I did not need.
I didn't need any of it.
What worked and what didn't in this darker, more mature chapter of the Narnia saga.
Yes, plus we'll share some fun facts, fan thoughts, and of course break down our favorite scenes from both the book and the movie. But before we get into it, Kim, how art thou?
Thou is just waiting for the Tonys to start because I'm here for the OG cast of Hamilton. I'm actually having Hamilton playing in the background right now on my other computer. That is what I'm here for. I don't care what time. It could be at the end of the freaking Tonys. I will
literally
sit through this entire Tonys and watch it.
Oh, love Hamilton.
I'm so excited.
If you guys don't know, I love Hamilton so much that I dressed up as Hamilton for Halloween one year.
Yeah. It's
mustache
obsessive.
and everything.
Oh my God.
So good.
We have the Funko Pops.
Yes.
I love it. I love Hamilton. That is what
Leslie Odom Jr.
Everybody. The entire cast. They
the
even
entire
have
cast.
The original, like, the back cast, the dancers.
Oh my God, I love the background dancers are my favorite people to look at.
The original ones.
I love it.
That is what I'm here for. So that is what I'm, like, waiting on. But how are you? You've been through a lot.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like, if you listen to our episodes, there are some that you're not there. So how are you doing?
Yeah, literally, I have been going through it. I'm trying to catch up on sleep, and I am getting sick again. So there's that. But on a brighter note, I've been working on my book.
Yay!
And,
the Filipino one?
Yes, it's almost done. My very first contemporary romance. So I'm excited. But
I wrote. Okay, oh my God, what is happening?
I wrote my first ever smutty scene.
And could you not even handle it because we are Filipino?
It's not that. It has nothing to do with Filipino. It's just, I don't know, to all the authors out there listening, like, writing your first smut scene is...
That should be a question we have our indie authors with their books
really
on smut.
should.
You should ask that. Be like, how do you guys do it? Because you could not handle it.
It's not that I could handle it. It was just so awkward because I'm typing it out and I'm like with this, it's so good. And they're walking. So at the party, when you read it, just imagine Uncle John John's house.
Okay.
You have to just imagine Uncle John John's house because that's exactly how I describe the house. Like you walk in, you have this first living room, dining table, and then the kitchen, another living room, and then the backyard.
Yes.
And they play a game of Uno.
Yeah.
And it's so good, Kim. You're going to love it. I can already tell.
I can't wait to read it. You know I love smut.
It's not just
no. You know I love romance.
But it's I don't know. I love it because it is very Filipino. Like the mom, she says Filipino things, and like the dad, imagine Uncle Carlito.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's so good.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. This is exciting.
Thank you. I have been in a writing slump for a long time, and now I'm not. I'm constantly working on this. It's almost done, actually. It was like 2 days ago, I think it was. I wrote from 7 a.m. up until 6 p.m. just nonstop.
Yeah, so release your book, we'll promote it, and we'll tag Joe Coy so he could turn it into a movie because we love Filipino representation.
I already have a fan cast.
Wait, okay, we'll do your own little interview later. Don't go into it, please.
Okay. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
So excited.
All right. Go ahead.
And I've done art.
I'm excited.
I've been drawing.
Good.
because I don't have money to pay for someone to do it for me.
Yeah, you gotta do it yourself sometimes.
Yep. Okay, so let's get into the facts about the book.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I want to talk about Prince Caspian.
Yeah,
So
duh.
the title is Prince Caspian, The Return to Narnia. The author is C.S. Lewis. Release date was October 15th, 1951.
This similarly blows my mind that it was in the 50s, but go ahead.
And the fact that Ben Barnes could just play Prince Caspian with ease.
Yes.
Thank you. The genre is children's fantasy, Christian allegory, and adventure. And these are the tropes. It's lost. Sorry, I have to do this because it's pissing me off. Lost heir, right to the throne. Okay. Time jump, return to a changed world, talking animals, prophecy, found family, which we love, unlikely allies, also love, coming of age, and faith and unseen guidance.
Yes.
So we love it. So this is the blurb. Over 1,000 years have passed in Narnia since the Pevensey children last ruled as kings and queens. Now they are summoned back to a world that has changed completely. The once magical land and under the I can never pronounce this word. Under the rule of King Miraz, however they say it, and its rightful heir, young Prince Caspian, has fled into hiding with the help of the Pevensies, the loyal creatures of Narnia, and the great lion Aslan, who we love.
Yes.
Caspian must reclaim the throne and restore Narnia to its former glory. Like I messed up that blurb, but here we are.
That's okay. Not like the entire world relying on Caspian.
I mean, my entire world.
Oh, I'd follow him to whatever world he's going.
I would follow him to the ends of Mordor.
If I saw him escaping the castle, I'd be like, where are we going? Let me get my.
I'd be like, hold up, I'm on the way. Let me grab my shoes.
Yeah, like let me grab my coat. Let me get some snacks for the travels.
You hungry? You want some start? You want some bonbons?
Where are we going?
Okay. Lead the way.
That's not the movie. The title is The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Release date was May 16th, 2008. Director was Andrew Adamson. And the cast, we have old cast and new cast.
Yes.
Let's start with the old cast. As Peter, you have William Moseley. As Susan, you have Anna Popplewell. Edmund is Skandar Keynes. Lucy is Georgie Henley. Liam Neeson is back as the voice of Aslan.
Yes.
And then for our newer cast, you have Ben Barnes as Prince Caspian. Hello.
And if you don't know who Ben Barnes is, let me just show you.
If you don't know by now, the gentleman behind Tiff is Ben Barnes. So,
he's like him and Andrew Garfield.
So cute. Yeah. Facts. Anyway.
At the same time.
As King Miraz, you have Sergio Castellito. As Trumpkin, it is our good friend Peter Dinklage.
We love Peter Dinklage.
Yes. As Nickabrick, it's Warwick. Yeah, it's Warwick Davis. As Dr. Cornelius, it's Vincent Grass. As Lord hate these names.
Sopaspian.
Lord Sopaspian. It is Damien Alcazar, and as General Glozell, I don't know. Look at this. It's Pier Francisco Fabino. What are these names?
I love these names.
I hate fantasy books because I can't stand names that I don't know how to pronounce.
Literally, that's my favorite part.
I know.
Then I can just make up their names.
And these names are made up facts. Oh my gosh.
Facts. C.S. Lewis said, I don't care if you can't read these names. You're going to love these characters.
The only one who have normal names is Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy.
It's because they're from a different world, okay?
They're from the real world.
They're from our world.
Oh my god.
People are named Bob.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
that was a lot. The cast.
That's a lot of cast. The only one that really mattered was Ben Barnes. Let's be honest.
Ben Barnes, hello. I think that was my first hello to Ben Barnes. I don't remember ever seeing him in anything besides that.
What? I see him in a lot of stuff.
No,
maybe it's because
when I first that's where I first saw Ben Barnes.
Oh yeah. When I watched that movie when it first came out, I was like,
hello, hi.
I said, who?
You're I'm sorry. The four main siblings. You're not a main cast anymore.
I said, you guys don't matter. You guys don't matter. I'm watching this for Ben Barnes.
Yeah,
and that's it.
He continues the journey.
And then as I got older, he got older, and I said,
hello.
All right. So when did you first read this book?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, same. I read this book immediately after we did the Narnia podcast.
Same, yeah.
And I did the Audible for it.
Same.
And I loved it. It was good.
No, it was still good.
It's same vibes.
Yeah, same vibes from the first one. But like we mentioned in the first podcast when we did Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, we had not read any of the other books.
Yeah.
And I was excited going into it. I enjoyed it. I did not dislike it.
Yeah.
It just
I mean,
was.
I'm not going to pick it up again, but I did. It wasn't like A Good Girl Sketch Murder where I was like,
I'm not reading
scratching my skin off
Yeah.
trying to read it. I didn't even finish it. So
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It was, that was my first time reading the book. I enjoyed it. I did the Audible as well. I realize now I should have just bought the 30-hour whatever.
Yeah.
Versus 1, 1, and 1. But here we are. It's
Mistakes
fine.
were made.
It's okay. Now I know. I should know.
Now
better.
you know for next time we do a trilogy.
So let's talk about favorite characters in the book. Who is your favorite character and why?
And why is it Ben Barnes?
Okay, we're talking about the book, not the movie.
Okay. I liked the mouse. Repicheep, I think is, I don't know if it's an S or
Repicheep?
Yeah, something like that. But I love the mouse. Okay.
Yeah.
He's brave and he's very well spoken, very noble and loyal to Prince Caspian. Like, and he's a mouse. Like, hello, that is so cute. I love characters in books when they're animals and they talk.
Yeah.
Because they could just be.
So was it the
whatever.
beaver in the first one? I loved Mr. Beaver.
I loved the beaver
in the first one.
I loved the beaver. I did. I really did. Mr. Tumnus is really up there, but like I love the beaver, man.
Like they were
I love animals that talk.
Let me tell you this. They were like, we only have funding for one handsome man, Mr. Tumnus. I'm sorry, you have to step down so that Ben Barnes can step in.
Literally. So good.
I
loved it.
Fuck off.
I know. He's like, I'm Ben motherfucking Barnes. Hello.
Well, I did enjoy Caspian, the character Caspian, not Ben Barnes. I liked it because he deals with a lot, first of all.
He's got a lot on his shoulders.
Got a lot he's dealing with. You can tell he's trying to be brave, even though he's like not ready for anything. And then I love the mystical animal, like creatures, like everybody. I love Trumpkin. Made me laugh.
So good.
I think we'll talk about Caspian for the movie later, but
yeah,
I did enjoy Caspian. I enjoyed anybody else who weren't these 4 kids.
Yeah, I'm over the 4 kids, honestly. The
Same.
story's not for them.
It's not, and it really continues not with them. I mean, I didn't start the 3rd movie that we're gonna do, but I saw like the trailer. You know how it's like when you finish it, it says like try this next.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't think the other 2 siblings are involved. I think it's just
they are.
the 2 younger siblings. Which is fine because I mean Lucy, she rocked that first movie.
Listen, she carries it. She carries that entire family.
Edmund, he was annoying, but in this movie, he didn't annoy me. The older brother still annoyed me. But we'll leave.
I hate Peter. Hated him then. Hate him now.
We'll talk about that later.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So how did the themes of restoration and belief land for you with this one?
Okay, so they hit hard in this book. So the book is about rediscovering belief, right? So Aslan, for me when I read it, I was like, okay, Aslan isn't going to come here and just fix everything willy-nilly like he did the first book. Like these kids have to do the work. They have to trust and believe again. You know what I mean? They've spent time away from Narnia and they're coming back and they think that like everybody should just like bow down to them. Like, no, first of all, you were away. Okay.
Yeah.
You're
you guys
away.
Left.
You stopped believing. And the only reason you're back is because pretty boy Prince Caspian.
Because Ben Barnes is there. Honestly, though,
he needs your help.
I would, if he called.
Honestly, we're not trying to make this a Ben Barnes podcast, but this is the only reason I'm excited for the series.
Listen, they're lucky that they didn't cast Henry Cavill in any of this.
Oh my god, I can see Henry Cavill as the voice of Aslan.
You know who my new hyperfixation is?
Henry Cavill.
Off topic.
Oh, okay.
No. Off topic, but it is Sebastian Stan.
Okay, have you seen the TikToks of Sebastian Stan in
Thunderbolts?
Yes, Zaddy. He's like,
I haven't even seen that movie yet, and I'm like,
I don't care.
So ready.
Yeah,
I love him. I loved him since
the beginning.
Yeah,
he like
when he was on Once Upon a Time. If you know, you know.
The Mad Hatter.
That was
facts.
That was when my lore with him started.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it. Do you know that the guy from 50 Shades is in?
Yeah, he plays the sheriff in the Big Picnic. And then he has that weird kiss with them. We're not gonna talk about it.
But this is not a Once Upon a Time. Maybe one day we will, but not right now.
One day we're just gonna talk about all the guys, all the actors that I love.
A bonus episode. That's fine.
Yes.
What
Oh
about
my
you?
god.
How did the themes of like belief and like restoration like land for you in this book?
They were strong, very
Yeah.
strong. It is a call to like believing again
Mm-hmm.
and just remembering like who you are, because the
Yeah.
four kids kind of were like,
Like, who are you?
they were so annoying. But like despite everything, like I think the main focus was pretty much just staying true to yourself and trusting
Yeah.
again and just believing, like just the simple fact of believing again
Like, is
is,
Aslan like God?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like the first movie is like him,
Yeah,
resurrection, etc.
resurrection.
This one is kind of like you stepped away, but like you need to believe in him again for him to show up and to be
Yeah.
your aid and guide.
It's like what
We
people
won't go into
normally go
it, but
through.
yeah, we won't go into it. But I see you, C.S. Lewis. I see what you're
Yeah.
doing. In the 50s? In the 50s? Okay. I see
Very
what you're
bold of
appreciating.
him.
Actually, it really is. I
Love it.
feel.
Yeah,
And for
especially in
it to
that
be a
time.
kid's book without like writing that stuff without forcing it. Because as
Yeah.
a kid, we mentioned it before, as a kid, you wouldn't pick up on it. As an adult reading it, you're kind of like, holy crap, like,
Yeah. You're like,
this is
have I
deep.
read this? Yeah,
I need to go to church.
I know.
Okay, so let's dive into the movie. Oh, do you remember seeing this film for the first time and falling in love with Ben Barnes?
I do. I remember being in the theaters. I don't know who took me. I don't know if you were there.
That is
Someone took me
so
as a
funny.
child when it came
Because
out. I wasn't even that young either.
2008,
2008, I was like what, middle school?
13, because I was like 18.
I think Uncle John took me.
It sounds
Which,
like
by the way, Uncle John taking me to see a Ben Barnes movie, he knew what he was doing.
he was there for Ben Barnes.
He was there for Ben Barnes. So I remember watching it on at theaters and not remembering the story at all.
Mhm.
But just remembering that Ben Barnes plays Caspian. That's how I knew who he was. And I was like, oh my God. And let me just say,
Please speak it.
let me just say, 2008 to like 2012,
Okay.
11, right?
Mhm.
Was my Wattpad era.
Oh my
And
god.
I read a lot of Wattpad then
Uh-huh.
on like Uncle John's laptop. I used to steal it from him
Facts.
and have it in my room and like read Wattpad.
Yeah.
And I remember reading a Prince Caspian one, and I tried so hard to find it, but I know it was really bad.
No.
No, like a really bad, but like in a good way
Epic.
kind of
Yeah, of
Wattpad
course.
story. And I just had to tell you because I remember watching it and being like, this is oddly familiar. Like, isn't there a character? Like, I was thinking in my head, like, doesn't he have a love interest? And then, then I remembered, like, it was me. I was the one. It was the
Oh,
YN
does it answer
story.
your name? I cannot stand you. I hate you so much. You need to create a story.
I'm not great at the story.
Why?
I need to find it again. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't even think it was a finished story either.
Whoever created that, like, please continue.
There's a million of them. There's a million. Listen, you can go on Wattpad and search anything and you'll find a story.
I literally don't remember seeing this in the movie theater, so I know it wasn't me who you saw it with.
Okay,
I
so
don't
it was probably just me and Uncle John.
remember watching this in the theaters. I honestly don't know when I would have watched it because Disney Plus streaming wasn't a big thing until like what, recently?
The pandemic, 2020.
Correct. So you're telling me I didn't watch this until the pandemic? Like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know when I watched it, but I
Maybe
know
it was like on TV at some
with
point and you just had
commercials,
it on. Yeah.
like Freeform or something. Like, I'm
Wait,
telling you,
Freeform before?
what?
Remember Freeform used to be called something else?
Yeah. Oh God, I don't know what it was called, but you're right. It was something
It was
else.
like ABC or something. But
Family.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Whatever.
But I don't remember watching it for the first time. However, I will tell you when I watched this movie recently, I knew everything that was going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you
Like,
watched
like,
it.
hidden in my, yes.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, but it was a Wattpad thing.
But I just was like, I don't know when I first watched this, but watching it, I know it. And I
Yeah.
know what was going to happen. I know Ben Barnes. Like, I know all of it, but like, I really feel sad that I don't remember when I first watched this.
That's fine.
It is, but like, I'm so curious now because I'm like, I don't have the DVDs. Like, when did I first watch this?
I promise you probably had it on TV at some
I
point.
think it was on TV Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I have not watched the third one.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I know I did not.
So I
seen the trailer for it. I seen like the little snippet of it, and I was like,
I know for a fact I will be watching this brand new, eyes wide open, Ben
this is gonna,
Barnes.
this is gonna be like an eye opener. This is our wild card. Every month we
truly
have
is.
one. This is it.
It truly is.
Okay. What are your thoughts on casting and their performances? And why is it that Ben Barnes is amazing?
Seriously, Ben Barnes as Caspian, swoon a million times. Like I said, I would follow him wherever he goes. He played the perfect brooding prince who just didn't understand why, like, what was happening with his life, why people are trying to kill him.
Literally.
I did not like his accent, though. I thought he could do without.
It was a bit much.
It was a choice that I just don't understand. I wasn't, when he first spoke, I was not expecting the accent.
He spoke and I said, Ben.
I'm gonna just keep watching.
He's like, Ben, what?
I'm curious with the third one how he is, how his accent is.
I wonder if he has the accent.
He changed it. He's like, look, I'm in Narnia now, and I changed my accent.
He's like Wanda when she just loses the Russian accent every time she's on screen.
It just happens.
Just like that.
I did enjoy seeing the Pevensies growing up a bit. You could tell they grew. Like Edmund grew, Lucy grew, Peter and Susan, they look exactly the same though. So I was like, whatever. Peter and Susan had way more to do this time around. They were kind of annoying. They created like sibling tension, which I did enjoy the tension, but I just don't like, oh my God, I just don't enjoy them at all. Like, what's up with her? Like, oh, I'm Phyllis. Like, what? I don't like any of it. Lucy was kind of, she wasn't the main person. She was like in the background a lot. She wasn't in a lot of stuff. Edmund, I did enjoy Edmund. He just kind of like stayed low key too. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's learned his lesson. Yeah. And I feel like this movie is truly Prince Caspian, Ben Barnes, and Peter Dinklage, and the voice actor for the mouse. Like, they are the ones that like carried this. Yeah. Film. They were the Lucys. They were. They were, yeah. Let me read you what I wrote down as my answer for this. Okay. It says Ben Barnes, that's it, period. Because that's all I need. Like, he was great. Accent was okay. You know what? I did enjoy, I thought the actors of the people who were trying to kill Ben Barnes. Oh, yeah. I thought they did good. They did. Like, realism. They're very, even though they're in a fantasy world also, they're like a real fantasy world. I don't know how to explain it. Not Narnia life, like their own. I enjoyed them. I thought they played great villains. Did like that aspect of it. Those actors coming in. But yeah, Ben Barnes carried this film, and the mouse. And the mouse. Peter Dinklage carried the film too. I loved his character. I love every time Peter Dinklage talks, I'm like, he did so good. My guy right there. Yeah, he did so good. I enjoyed him. Peter was annoying. I said that in the first movie. I'm going to say it again for this one. And I don't know if he's in the third one, but he's annoying there too. So Susan was okay. Susan, I think I was just upset because Susan, like, they had this weird, like... No, thank you. They had this weird romantic thing. No. And I was like... Prince Caspian, you could do better. When I saw the first, like, subtle hint of it, I was like... Oh, when you, like, they first run into each other? Yeah, I was like, I don't like that. No, I was like, Prince Caspian, I'd rather see him with Peter than him with Susan. Like, Prince Caspian, don't look at her like that. Yeah. I'd rather him be with Peter. I'd rather him be with like a half human, half horse. I'd rather him be with Mr. Tumnus. Half human, yeah, something. Listen. Anybody with Susan. Two bad bitches at the same damn time. Yeah, not Susan, okay? It's just weird. I did not like that at all. I'm over it. What is your favorite scene from the film? The night raid. I liked it because it adds like that mature kind of like darker tone to Narnia. Like in the first one, when they were like, when they go into Mr. Tumnus's house after like Mr. Tumnus got taken. Yeah. You know how like the tone kind of shifted a little bit? Yeah. And then it like, they went on to do their thing. It was the same vibe. And I like how they added, like, I like how they add that in there to kind of show what? Yeah, the night raid as far as like the Narnians taking over the castle, right? Okay, fuck Peter. You killed so many Narnians. You left them behind.
So annoying.
I got so emotional and so upset when those were left behind and that gate started closing and you could see their faces and they're like, for Aslan, for Narnia. And
Yeah.
you know they died.
It's so sad.
I was so
I saw an edit of that scene after I watched, and it was that you know that song that plays by Gracie Abrams where it's like I love you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's that scene where he comes out, the two guys are looking at each other through the gate and Peter comes through and it's just shots of the two people looking past Peter and I'm like, yeah, I would look past Peter too.
I was so devastated by that.
Over it.
So devastated. I didn't remember it. I was like, this is so sad. And then Susan looking at Peter holding on to Ben Barnes, like,
Like she got let
I
go
told
Ben
you.
Barnes.
She
First
was
of all,
like, I told you, Peter, like, you're an
I
idiot.
hate
What?
her, and I hate him.
I know. I was so upset with that scene.
That
I know
scene.
I'm talking about favorite scenes, but
I'm-
like that scene really made me sad.
Yeah, that scene is really sad, but I like it because it adds like because the kids are older now, so like it's not. I think it just adds to the depth of like.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know what
My
I'm saying,
favorite
but
scene
yeah.
is when they fight. I don't know what it is with the battle scenes. Like I love the battle scenes.
They're good.
Okay,
For the movie, for what it is, the battle
really
scenes are good.
with the battle scene. I like when Peter is fighting the king or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're not my kill or whatever. And he like gives it to like Prince Caspian to do it. But then like Prince Caspian doesn't do it. Like, I don't know. I just enjoyed it.
That scene is good, yeah.
And I enjoy when it gets into the battle scene. I can't stand, I know we're talking about favorite scenes, but I can't stand in the battle scene how, not Lucy, Susan, first of all, where do you replenish your arrows?
Yeah. How is she getting?
I keep seeing her shooting her arrows and I'm like counting. I'm like, girl, you're running out of arrows. Like, what is happening?
And then all of a sudden she has like a full quiver full of arrows and you're like,
I don't understand.
You're like, what is happening here?
And her like falling off the cliff, but like falling onto like just a little ledge like this.
Unrealistic. I'd be gone.
It was like, what? And I felt so sad when like the boulder started falling and you saw those characters die under the boulder.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
I was like, what the fuck? But I do enjoy like the full on battle scene. I don't know what it is, but the battle scenes are really good. And I also enjoyed at the end that water creature that showed up and started like rocking their world.
Yeah.
I was here for the CGI of that. I was like, this is so good.
The CGI was good.
Okay, the CGI was good, but Aslan looked way more CGI this time around. In the first one, he looked like he could have been a real lion that they brought in.
You know what I think it was they just put so much CGI into Aslan in the first one, and this one they were like, we need to balance out the budget. Like Aslan
it was just weird seeing him.
Weird. I was like, that's not Aslan.
No, it looked so fake.
Aslan.
The first one looked really real. It looked real and good. Then this one
Especially
looked like
when the White Witch was wearing his fur, and I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Oh wait, can we talk about her coming back in this movie? I was like, first of all, wait. Okay, hold on.
I said that's not allowed.
Wait, when Ben Barnes is in the tomb or whatever, and then those creepy like they are bird.
What are they?
But when they come like they're just like this, like
they're like
being
all fucking weird and shit. Yeah. I thought I took like some shrooms when I watched that scene because I said
creeped me out. They creeped me
what the hell is that?
No, they creeped me out. And then Homegirl came back. I was like, no way. Tell us.
I was like, they don't need to do this. Yeah, they said they didn't need to do that.
Oh my god, that scene was so crazy to me. But god, the night raid was good.
Yeah. Those things were fucking creepy, but yeah, the night raid was good.
The night raid was good. There's a lot of sad scenes in this.
There's a lot of sad scenes.
Yeah.
Like, they really tried to pull on our heartstrings. And I said, y'all can't do that when Ben Barnes is there.
It was so sad.
Yeah. All right, what changes stood out to you the most?
Besides sadness, the added battle scenes.
Yeah.
Even, the romantic tension between Susan and Caspian.
No, I don't want to talk about it because I'm not here for it. Okay?
Well, that wasn't in the book. There is
It wasn't. There's nothing. That's why when I watched it on the screen, I said, what the fuck is this?
I agree.
I said my Wattpad story was a better love story than this one. I hate this.
I disliked it so much. I dislike Susan. I dislike when she goes in for that kiss at the end. Ew. And then a hug.
Yeah.
A kiss and then a hug. And then
I was like, gross.
Lucy, I do enjoy Lucy and Edmund's commentary where
Yeah.
she's just like, I'm going to understand this when I'm an adult.
Usually it's just a direct battle, but in the movie they added the raid and they made it dramatic and very action packed, which I liked. But
And sad.
Yeah,
It was so sad.
Yeah, it was really sad. They didn't have to add that. They said we want to make this intense.
Okay,
let's kill some people.
You know how there's that TikTok trend that's like what two scenes are the same or something like that?
Same energy.
Yeah, it's this plus the Jurassic World when they're going away on the boat and then the freaking long neck is like dying. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen it. I don't like Chris Pratt.
I need you to Google right now. You just have to see the clip. Jurassic World dinosaur dying sad scene. I don't know what they call it, but you don't have to like Chris Pratt. Well, you do to watch it, but
Jurassic World dinosaur dying scene.
Oh, back up. Okay, just from right here, it's fine, I guess. Where we left off. Oh.
You made me okay.
Sorry, I didn't know. I don't know.
Oh, look.
You look. This is the same scene. These give off the same vibes. This is how I felt. So there it is. Isn't it giving the same vibes? That is so sad. I know.
So stupidly sad.
Why did they didn't have I'm gonna make a TikTok of it giving the same vibe because
because that was the decision that the director made. They didn't have to kill the dinosaur for
they
that.
did.
No, they did not.
It's so sad they couldn't save them. They did. Just like these characters in Narnia died for freaking Peter. Sad. Anyways.
For Ben Barnes, maybe, but for Peter?
I know.
That's annoying. Annoying.
Can't stand Justin Smith, I accept.
Justin Smith, I accept, yeah. He's the Caspian.
Okay, yes, of the group.
Yeah.
Was the added action a good adaptation choice? I mean, I think it was.
Yeah.
It worked cinematically. The book has a lot of quiet, like long, quiet stretches, which is fine because it works well on the page. But if it was like the movie and there was no action scenes, you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching?
It would be
You'd
so
be
weird.
bored.
Yeah. And I think it helps with like the tone because like there was that epic battle scene in the first one. So like it matched with it. So I think it worked.
Yeah, same. I enjoyed it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Barnes.
I know.
So did the pacing or the tone feel different from book to movie?
Yeah, so the movie definitely feels heavier. I mean, we've mentioned that it's a little bit more dramatic. It's less magical. It's more intense. I think especially for young viewers, like if you're going to watch the first one has that. It is also dark, but there's that mystic magicalness of Narnia, right? You don't know Narnia. You don't know these creatures. You're introduced to them for the first time. This one is a little heavier because you already know Narnia. Now you're trying to find out what happened. And then there's a battle within Narnia and then some other country or other like town or whatever that don't believe in Narnia. They're like, no, that's a myth. That's not real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of killings. This was pretty gruesome. There was a lot of killings.
That's a lot of murder.
Yeah. So it's very different than the book. The book still stays the same as far as like the first book. The first book is like that magical, whimsical. You're just on a new journey.
Kid. Like you're a kid.
It's meant for kids.
Yeah.
Correct. This one's
like a couple ages up.
I feel like you went from PG to PG-13.
Yeah. Yeah. The book is more slow, which is a given. And the tone was like a little bit more, it was like more like whimsical in a way, not as the first one was, but it still had that tone of like, you know, magic.
Yes.
Like you're in a different world.
Yeah.
And then the movie was like gritty and
Yeah.
very like it had a dark
Very
undertone to it.
political.
It is very political, yeah. So like the book was a lot more wondrous than the movie
Yeah.
was, but you still had that like hint of like, you're in Narnia,
Yeah, of
so
course. You're still gonna have
you
things.
still have in the movie you still have that like sense of like, oh, this is like cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince Caspian, obviously, anytime he's on screen, you just feel
Hello.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I think the pacing and the tone were fine.
I agree.
I think the difference is it had to be that way because of
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, and but I think it still worked. Like, I feel the movie did a good job.
Mhm.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
only
for
gonna
what
watch
it
it for Ken
was.
Burns.
So
Yeah, for what
same.
it was.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my face over Susan's.
Okay. Okay, I'll do an edit.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. So did the message of faith and trust come through clearly for you?
Yeah, I think book-wise it did for sure. And then film-wise, like it was there, but it wasn't so forward.
Not like the first
Like,
one.
yeah, so like in the book, like like little like messages of faith and
Mm-hmm.
little hints of things, especially when it comes to like Aslan and um
Yes.
the kids and stuff. But I think in the film it wasn't so it's because like the book is not forward with it either. It's very like hidden. But I think as an adult reading it, I can see it clear as
Right.
day.
Yeah.
But in the film, like I have to if I don't know anything about the book or anything about like Narnia in general, because
Mm-hmm.
the first one I know is like that too. But if you know nothing about it and you just watch the Prince Caspian book or the movie, it's like you have to really kind of look for it.
Yeah.
And it's not so forward, but it's there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like in the book, absolutely. I think it's there, especially if you read the first one and you watched the first one, you're like picking up on it more.
Mhm.
And then especially with Lucy's journey, the movie touched on it a bit, but it did get overshadowed by all the action and the politics of it all, right?
Yeah.
And you really see it though with Lucy's like belief and standing out, and like she is the one who sees Aslan first, right?
Yeah.
And she's the only one who believes in him, who trusts him, that he's there. And everyone is like, why can't I see him? Why doesn't he come out to me? And she's like, you need to believe.
Yeah.
You need to have trust. Like, you're not wanting to see him. You're not really caring to be here. I feel like the older siblings don't care. They don't care to be there in
Yeah.
Narnia. They got called, and that's why they're there. But Lucy has still belief and faith in Narnia, in Aslan. And I'm curious if she does in the third film as well. Like, I'm curious if it continues.
Because then she'll be Peter's and Susan's age in the
Yeah,
third one.
Edmund, based on the trailer, it looked like it was just Caspian, Edmund, and Lucy.
I mean,
Well,
as
even
long as Caspian
I
is
mean,
there.
even at the end of the movie, Susan and Peter, they're like, we're not coming back, but you guys are, because we've already learned our lesson. I'm sorry, what lesson did you guys learn?
What lesson
Don't-
did you learn? To be annoying? Ugh.
Aslan was probably like, look, y'all are annoying.
Aslan's like, I don't want you back.
Don't come back.
Yeah.
Prince
Aslan says,
Caspian took over, so bye, Peter. You're
yeah.
annoying.
Aslan said, listen, Prince Caspian, you can't be liking this girl. She's annoying.
Yeah,
Prince
she's annoying.
Caspian's like, you right.
I'll find somebody else. I wonder if he does find someone else. I don't know. I'm excited.
Maybe me.
Okay, are you there on the trip, on the voyage?
Yeah. My Wattpad story said I was there.
Oh I'm excited. Oh my god, the voyage of Tiffany.
Exactly.
You're like, Lucy, what are you doing here?
Lucy, you go away. Okay.
Maybe. No,
What?
what? Edmund?
No.
I like him in this one. I don't know. It goes Prince Caspian and then Edmund. Like, if that, like, who would you pick? What's like your
Prince
1, 2, 3?
Caspian, Aslan.
Prince Caspian, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Prince Caspian, Aslan, Peter Dinklage.
I hate you. Go on with your next question. Oh my,
I
that's
have
what
a
your
type.
background should be.
Prince Caspian, Aslan,
And Peter
Dinklage.
Yes.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Yep. So how does this story compare to the first one, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like when it comes to message?
It's less about sacrifice and more
Yeah.
about perseverance, right? It's about rebuilding what was lost. And it's almost like, can you still believe when it's hard? And it's kind of relatable. Like when you are at your
Yeah.
lowest point and when you feel like somebody is literally coming after you and you just can't win anything, like, can you still believe? Do you know what I mean? In the goodness, will things work out for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the first one was that introduction, right? And Aslan sacrifice, all their sacrifices that they made for Narnia. This one is more about we need to believe in each other. We need to believe that Aslan wants us all here and we need to save Narnia for all of us. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think the first one is a lot more about sacrifice, but I think The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is more about joy and like the joy and the awe of being chosen. Because before we're like the chosen ones.
It was
And
magical.
then and in Prince Caspian, it was more about the burden and the beauty of being the chosen ones. And Prince Caspian, like holding all of this, like his shoulders are heavy, man.
Yes.
Like he's got a lot of weight that he's holding on to. And it pretty much is about like having that burden, but still being able to try to like get through it by believing and having trust and stuff. So
trying to rule this kingdom the best that he can. Because
listen,
you know what, when he ran into the mouse and everybody, and then all of them start coming together, they're just like, no, you're bad. And he's like, no, like they tried killing me and they're gonna come here and kill you. Like, has this story stood the test of time for you? Okay, 3 weeks that you watched it.
I don't think about this movie very often.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm like, oh my God, I love this movie. Like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I saw that. I thought about it and I said, I'm going to watch it. Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, that stood the test of time for me. The first one, yes, but this one, it doesn't. But I can see it being someone's, like, comfort movie or book, even. Because as a child, like, it still holds that magical, whimsical tone that the first one does. But then as an adult, I feel like you can just connect better with the characters, especially Prince Caspian's character. Like a lot, like I could understand him better, and it makes me like connect to them. And then even with like Lucy too, like Edmund, you can connect with
like you
all of these
with like
people
the
better.
political aspect of it all.
Yeah, so I can see why, but for me, it's not.
Which is one, I will tell you that. But it does deepen the world, right? Expands it. But I feel like there are people that Narnia, like Harry Potter is for me, Lord of the Rings is for you. This is somebody's Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so how many stars would you give the book?
I really wish I remember how many stars I give the first one.
I'm gonna give this one a 3.5.
I agree.
Because it's not as good as I liked the first book.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna also give it a 3.5. What are you gonna give the movie?
I'll give it a 3.5 as well. All 3 stars are gonna go to Ben Barnes, and the 0.5 will go to Aslan.
The mouse.
Oh, actually, let's do 2.5 goes to Ben Barnes, a half will go to Prince Caspian, other half will go to Peter Dinklage.
Oh my God! Wait, Ben Barnes, Prince Caspian, and Peter Dinklage?
Aslan, Ben Barnes.
You're like
Aslan,
I
Peter
can
Dinklage.
happily have Ben Barnes, and then I would have
and Prince Caspian.
They're 2 different people. I mean, one has an accent, one doesn't. So.
Exactly. That part.
I'm gonna give the movie a 3.5. It's not my favorite. I think if you were to ask me what Narnia movie are you gonna put on,
it's the first one, and that's the only one we're gonna watch.
Yeah, and if I was gonna be like, oh, watch the second one, it's for Ben Barnes.
Yeah, we'll watch the second one, but we'll watch it.
Yes. Fast forward.
Yeah, honestly, just go to YouTube and just do a Prince Caspian compilation, and that's what we'll watch.
There it is.
Yep. And then what do you think was better, the book or the movie?
The movie. I enjoyed the movie. I think I always enjoy the movie more, but the book was really good. I don't like either one of them, but I think the movie was better because of the action scenes. It gave us more, right? I think it was needed. The book is a little slower in pace. So for that purpose, I will choose the movie. What about you?
Yeah, I choose the movie because I like the action scenes better. I love fantasy, so I like when fantasy books have action scenes in it because I love reading about it. And this one, the book didn't really have that. I know the first one didn't either, but this one just.
But first one, it was okay that it didn't because it was introducing us.
It was meant to be like no action. This one, I feel like if it had action scenes written in it, I probably would have chosen the book over the movie.
I wonder if there's action in the third one.
Probably not. I feel like with C.S. Lewis, the way his writing is and how it is in the second one, I feel like the third one is going to be very similar.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We skipped this on our first episode
Mhm.
because we had a guest and we didn't want it to be weird.
Yeah.
So let's rank. Okay, so let's go back
Okay.
and let's rank Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Where would you put the book? So we've got Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, the third Narnia movie. I don't even remember what it's called. Practical Magic, and we have Aragon.
Okay, so we have 5 this
Yeah.
time around. So
Yes.
for the book, I'd like to put Practical Magic at the top
Okay.
because I really, really like that book. Okay, when the episode comes out, I just want to preface by saying I woke up late. It was a very early morning recording, and I didn't have my phone near me, so I didn't hear my alarms. But I read the book and I loved the book. I thought it was great. So Practical Magic, I'm gonna put at the top because I
Okay.
know I've read Aragon and I read it a couple
Oh,
times, so I
wow.
don't need to reread it. But it's not like my favorite.
Interesting. But why did you read it so many
So
times?
I read it in high school, and then I read it again when I took a trip to Virginia.
Mhm.
It was one of the books that I read, and then I read it again recently because I was like, "I remember this, like, I wanna
Oh,
just
wow.
see," and I read it again just for the shits and giggles of it.
Oh
So
my
I read it,
god.
but, like, it's not, like, my favorite.
I
I just read
understand.
it because I feel like I needed, like, to remember what the story was
Yeah, I
about.
understand.
So, yeah, and then I'll put The Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe at the second one.
Okay.
And then I think Prince Caspian I'll put 3rd. 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like I'm not gonna no, actually, can we bring it down? Let's do Caspian 4th.
Okay, so Cassian 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm also gonna do Practical Magic as number 1. I did enjoy that book a lot. And
Love
anyone
Practical
who's
Magic.
wondering, like, why are we talking about Practical Magic? We did record that episode before
This one,
this one out of sequence, and we did not rank this Practical Magic because, again, we had a guess and we didn't
I
want it to be
guess, yeah.
weird. So, Practical Magic is number 1 for me. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was also number 2 for me. And I'm going to put Caspian as number 3. I don't know if I will like Aragon, the book, because fantasy is not my forte,
Yeah.
especially dragons.
Well,
So,
you loved
okay,
4th Wing.
you're going to tell me there's smut in Aragon?
There's not smut,
There we
there's
go.
no smut.
So, strictly what?
And it's more about the dragon than it
Yeah.
is about the people.
So, there we go. Let's rank our movie.
Practical Magic is at top.
Same.
There's just nothing
I mean,
there's nothing that
if you listen in 2 weeks, our Practical Magic episode,
it's iconic.
not even that, but our whole June segment was built off the Practical Magic.
Around Practical Magic. It's just so good.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
yeah,
good.
of course it's number 1. Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, where do you rank it? I know, because
Mm,
Caspian!
I
Okay, for me,
know.
Caspian is number 2. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is number 3 because I hate all those people. And Ben Barnes just does it for me.
Ben Barnes really just does it. Yeah, let's put Caspian 2 for me, but let's
Okay.
put Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe 4th
Because you
for me
think
because
the next one?
I like Aragon.
The movie.
Yeah.
I have not
And
seen that.
I've seen it
But
and
that's
I
my
liked
card.
it.
That is my true wild
That is
card.
your true wild card.
Well, also the third one because I
Yeah, but
the
we
dark.
already kind of know the story of
Yeah.
the people, so it won't be that big of a wild card.
Aragon is my true wild card. I
Yeah.
never read it and I never watched it, so I'm intrigued.
I liked the movie for what it was, for when
Interesting.
it came out, and like,
Oh, I
the
can't wait to talk about it.
effects and stuff. Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay, so that brings us into our segment, our Arc Corner segment, where we highlight an author and their upcoming book.
Yes, and this week we have 2 amazing authors we want to shed light on. Wednesday, listen in as we had the pleasure of talking to Yestira and her new book, Unraveling Ember, which
Been
chef's
unraveled.
kiss.
Yeah, it was such a fun episode. We had so much fun talking to her. The vibes were vibing for sure.
The vibes were vibing.
And on Friday, I had the pleasure of talking to our very first art corner, H. Louise. It was truly a full circle moment. We reminisced so much for some reason. Like, it was odd. Like, so if you go back to when we first started doing Art Corner,
Art
the
Corner,
segment,
yeah, season 1.
she was our first author art book that we featured. And obviously throughout time, we've gotten more details to the point where we're doing interviews with indie authors. So to have her on was a true full circle moment. She was such a joy to talk to. I cannot wait for that episode to air. Tiff, you were not there.
I was not.
So
I apologize.
she had a lot to talk about. We think you would have loved her.
Henry Cavill?
Yes. There was a lot. There was a lot of moments where I was like, Tiff was only here. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, if Tiff was only here.
I hate it.
So that is on Friday. So I'm very excited for that episode too.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
As I always do.
Good. That wraps up today's episode of Page to Picture. Thank you guys all for being here today and listening.
Yes. Thank you.
Ben
Thank you. And if
Barnes.
you and Ben Barnes, if you're listening.
God.
If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at official Page to Picture for all things books, movie adaptations, Ben Barnes, and more.
Yes, and you can also find our link tree on our Instagram. It has everything from new episodes to guest signups and our new merch that we just launched. Ben Barnes, but side note, I want to in July, and this is partially my fault, but we've had a lot of guests right now. I want to get back to our Hathaway connection. Fell off of it.
Yeah. Hello?
I know. Please don't even.
I love her.
We have to bring back our Hathaway connection, and we have to bring back Bruno.
We haven't done Bruno in so long.
I was listening to an old episode because I'm a weirdo like that, and I love listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, Bruno, where have you
Love
been?
Bruno. Where you been at, Loca?
Bruno, where you been at, Loca? So definitely in July, we're bringing it back. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't care. Those are our favorite segments.
Those are so much fun. So don't fret, people. We will bring them back. Promise.
You'll know who our Brunos are and why they don't align.
Yes, we will bring back Bruno. He just needed to take a time off. That's fine.
What would your Bruno be for this one then? Just a quick person or...
Dang, what was it for me? The Night Castle? The castle?
No, the castle wasn't in the book.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, the Bruno is...
The Bruno.
What's the consistency?
Yeah. You don't even remember anymore.
Okay, it's the mouse.
It's the mouse. I was going to say that too.
Oh my God, why are we the worst right now? I literally do not remember what the aspect of Bruno was.
Don't say we. I knew what it was.
Why am I the worst right now? I didn't remember the aspect of Bruno. Okay, wait, what was your Bruno in the first one? Wait, in this
the lamp.
The
light post. Oh.
You're okay. I'm over you. No,
let's start over. No, I'll pick a person. I'll pick a person this time. I'll pick a person.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, the witch.
Mr. Tumnus.
Okay. I was gonna say the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I've chosen any of the 3 in the title.
The first one was there was a lot of similarities. Like, it was pretty true to the book.
It was really true to the book.
For this one, it had to be the mouse.
It has to be. I love him.
Me too. I do enjoy him. He was very spot on, his characteristics. But we have to bring back Bruno. We have to bring back Bruno. We have to bring back Hathaway.
Anyways, so thank you guys for watching. Tune in next week as we finish the Narnia era with Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and Tiffany.
I don't understand. The title alone makes me not want to watch it.
I don't want to watch The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. In the trailer, though, the mouse is like main character vibes. So.
Okay, but also it's like sea voyage.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Boats, and I'm just like, why do we have to take it to the sea? Like, why can't we
Jack Sparrow gonna show up? Because Jack Sparrow and Ben Barnes.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you guys. We appreciate it. We appreciate listening. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Ben Barnes.
Ben Barnes. I fucking love it.